Got a DLC game here between myself and Dove Plays. Now, I don't know when this video is going to come out, but uh, well, it'll definitely be before my embargoes lift and stuff for DLC content. So you'll notice I didn't take any DLC units, just some of the free LC changes for the Empire here. I do have two Outriders with their new carbines. We have two War Wagons, a cannon after the updates to their accuracy. Then I have four Empire Knights, a Knights of the Blazing Sun, and a front line of some Spearmen, a Witch Hunter, Empire Captain, and Balthazar Gelt on foot with Justinian Doom and Plague of Rust. So, in my 19 free things video, people were giving me shit, fair shit, that the War Wagons aren't actually worse versus Cetra. The Outriders just got better. That hasn't been the case in the games I've been playing on the new patch. So there's two angles to this. One, I could be wrong, and that's also possible. Two, I don't show you every game I play with other content creators or all the testing I do. When I'm making a clip show like that where I want to show a whole bunch of things back to back, I just do what I can to show the carbines shooting faster and different, but it's not a definitive test, and that's on me. That's fair, but hopefully this game will show some more stuff. But the War Wagons, I do feel they're nerfed. Before we start the game, I do feel they're nerfed. They do the same damage as before at close range, but at medium range they do slightly less, and at long range they do much less, in my experience. So I think you'll see a bit more of that here. On the other side, for the Lizardmen, Dov took some Chameleon Skinks, Skink Cohorts with Javelins, two Feral Bastillodons, a bunch of Cold One Riders, and Horned Ones to Henowin, and then two Saurus Scar Veterans. Now, I did take the Witch Hunter. I really, really, really like his new Grim Resolve. Giving the Empire State Troops ITP and a little bit more leadership, but mostly ITP, is huge. And I did bring him with his Tools of Judgment because I figured there would be plenty of things in the Lizardman roster that cause terror, like these Feral Bastillodons do. Empire Captain is here because if I'm buffing up my front line, I might as well throw him in with just hold the line to keep everybody here. And then Balthazar Gelt, little Empire Caster. But Lizardmen aren't best at sniping out small single entities, so I did keep all my people on foot to keep them cheap. And then I knew if you had a Dreadsaurian or something, my War Wagons and Outriders could peel it. 5 heavy cav. Lizardmen have armor-piercing heavy cav, but I still need my cav to chase down skinks and things like that. So we start off, really nice Searing Doom from Gelt's going to hit 2 units stacked up on each other, so good poke there. And the Horned Ones are currently taking a real punishing from the cannon. And since the cannon buffs, some people are saying on the live patch that cannons are already doing good work, but I feel like it's just more consistent. In comes the Outrider shots and the War Wagons. And now it's starting to look a little more like I was expecting. See, at the max range, the War Wagons and the Outriders really don't do that much damage. And now they're forced away. Outriders stayed a little too long and did take some darts to the face. Meanwhile, Cold One Riders are going to engage my Empire Knights. Witch Hunter and Empire Captain get to Henowin to back off, but Gelt's overdove. I think I was trying to stop the Skink Cohorts of Javelins from firing. My Outriders continue to fall back away from this Feral Bastillodon, and these War Wagons are shooting sideways over into some Cold One Riders. But I believe we can see a lot of their ammo is going wide as Henowin gets another good charge onto Gelt. But not at close range and not versus a tall target. The War Wagons are going to struggle quite a bit more to get all those hits in. And they're getting some good hits here and there. Meanwhile, we still try and deal with the Feral Bastillodon. A lot of shots going over his head. But a big Knights Blazing Sun charge to take out the Skink Cohorts with Javelins. And in come the Horned Ones trying to get involved at last. Henowin is taking a bad 2v1 fight against my Empire Captain and Witch Hunter. But here come the Horned Ones running down the War Wagons. War Wagons Outriders going to fall back for now. And these ones are still trying to kill that Feral Bastillodon. Trying. War Wagons getting away from the Horned Ones. They're still quite tanky. That will never change. The Witch Hunter and Empire Captain trying to help the Spearmen of the front line stay in the game. Empire Knights peeling off some stuff, and then they're going to run back and probably deal with those Skink Skirmishers. Horned Ones have caught up to my War Wagons, doing half their HP, chewing them apart as the Outriders turn and try and peel. War Wagons are also just trying to peel for themselves. And even my cannon is turned sideways, because we know we really have to stop the situation. We do get all 4 War Wagons out alive. Empire Knights starting to run down the Skinks in the back, as we mentioned before. Oh, there's a flank over here that's been happening, apparently. Cold One Riders plus the Saurus Scar Veteran are fighting 2 Empire Knights just to the death, as both sides get really nothing accomplished there. So far, my skirmish is all still online. Our War Wagons and Outriders shooting away. Doing their best. Empire Captain, Witch Hunter. I realize I can't catch Tehenuan, so now my Witch Hunter's just shooting him. He's like, you'll get over here eventually. Something I forgot to point out, unfortunately, because I forgot it happened, I played this game a while ago, is I did use Accusation to make the cold ones that were on this flank that took all that damage. I did make them a little more susceptible to missile fire, but also their melee defense got lowered. Still trying to kill that Feral Bastillodon Dav has used to be disruptive. My cannon is online, has paid for itself, and is now trying to fire over and support that cavalry fight, though it is obstructed. He's firing up and over a hill and over my own cav, so that makes sense. I'll allow him to be obstructed. Outriders have 380 value, 600 on the War Wagons, 510 on the other War Wagons, and 468 on these Outriders. Now note, these Outriders and War Wagons have been shooting Cold One Riders, they've been shooting Horned ones, they've been shooting Feral Bastildons, and they have even shot some Skinks and Tehenuan a little bit. When I said the Skirmish of the Empire was nerfed, I meant it, based off of experience with games, and I'm sorry I couldn't show it in an easy, crisp test in a clip show type video. But I promise, War Wagons were nerfed. They're still, like, fine, but they're not ridiculously OP anymore. I kind of forgot the Sora Scar Veteran was here, because my screen was like, you know, like this. I was commanding people here. So I told my War Wagons to attack whatever they're attacking right now. It looks like the Bastildon. I didn't even know there was a Sora Scar Veteran sitting right there, so my skirmish just runs into him, which is a little bit of a whoopsie. But I've been mostly ignoring both Sora Scar Veterans. They're not my problem. Empire Knights running off Cold One Riders as this Sora Scar Veteran thinks about getting cheeky. And I do have some Outriders. I'm telling him just go into melee with Skink cohorts to finish chasing them down. I'm trying to get this isolated to just be single entities that I can easily kite away from. One of my War Wagons gets caught in melee with the Sora Scar Veteran, because again, whoops. As these War Wagons just sit here and shoot at the Feral Bastildon. We see the other Saurus coming. We start to get away, and this is where War Wagons will be dangerous, is real close. Real nice and close. I do throw a Searing Doom out, just for, I believe, Gelt's passive of the giving everybody weapon strength by War Wagons. Doing insane damage at close range. That is very much true. They do amazing damage at close range with those auto-firing, armor-piercing missiles. But it's at a distance where a lot of their shots miss. Like you can see the Outriders went wide there. War Wagons also are much more fragile in melee. That feels like more units know how to interact with them. They're still tanky if they run away from you while you're trying to hit them, but if they ever stop, we saw the Horned ones tear them apart earlier, and then this one took a lot of damage here. Witch Hunter is dueling with Tehenuan, who's surrounded by Knights of the Blazing Sun to keep him in it. The Feral Bastildon is trapped in some Knights. Sora Scar Veteran's trying to find a fight, but the Outriders are just going to shoot at him. Army losses takes hold. That is GG. Knights of Blazing Sun, 1400 value. Witch Hunter, 500, though he did help me. This is what I like about the Witch Hunter now with all the buffs, is he's very supportive. He let my Spearmen hold forever, and he supported my Cav fights, where my Empire's non-armor-piercing Cav, it's Gelt had Plague of Rust, and then this guy had Accusation, which is pretty much Plague of Rust. Less armor debuff, but more melee defense debuff. It really helps the Empire Cav win the flanks, I felt. So I'm liking the new Witch Hunter. Accusation was always there, but he was just a little too costly to bring. But now it's like, oh, okay, he's also got ITP. He's also a decent duelist. His shots feel like they do a little bit more damage. So then it's like, he's just kind of tipped over the threshold for me to be worth taking, and I have been enjoying him a lot. War Wagons, after firing all game, one of them didn't even pay for himself. The other one did, with a little bit extra on the end. Cannon did fine all game. The problem for the cannon was a lot of their single entities were teeny tiny. There was no Dread Saurian for me to be shooting at, or Slan. Outriders did not pay for themselves, despite all the shooting. Empire Knights did fine. Empire Captain did fine. My Spearmen held. For Dav, he lamented taking Tehenuan. He was disappointed in his boy. Cold One Knights did okay. Feral Bastildons really struggled to get a lot of value. Chameleon Skinks did eh. And then Skink cohorts of Javelins did fine. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.